the power board. You have the authority. And when the time, and I will be happy, but we missed the window last month to take any action on this. And the law says, now, you can say what you want, but that's it. Now,
Well, you know, the power board meeting, we just come at 5:30, don't have to be on the agenda. Just,
well, that's,
So what would a power board do that's any different?
I
yeah.
don't know, that's why.
Why would it benefit, why would it benefit any more? If we can accomplish it in 15 minutes, what it takes an independent power board to do and get paid to do with city funds that are unnecessary, then why need one? Why need to send a board on trips to Hawaii and Canada and Mexico, and why need to spend
I
the
tell you
city's
what,
money on
those
that?
trips, all those
when-
trips, I wish you all could go up there and see all those big things that they have received. Time they walk into a building, they respect the city of Ripley. They have, it's not no partying, it's not this and that, but they have everything on walls. They got a whole big thing of nothing but what they receive because they're doing a good job.
When they go to Hawaii.
You know,
And,
but
and they're still doing a good
They're
job.
doing,
They've been
it's
doing
not
a good
about
job for
trips,
the
it's
last-
not about trips, they work.
Exactly. It
Alonzo
shouldn't-
went,
it shouldn't
Alonzo
be.
went on a lot of those trips, and Alonzo would always come back and say, when they walk in, that when they walk through that door, they know Ripley Power and Light is there, and they have a lot, it's not just party.
But
They bring a lot to our city.
within 15 minutes, you all are accomplishing what that board is getting paid to do, using city resources to go and travel
It's time.
and as the mayor says, have a lot of fun when there are actually no statutory training requirements for them. They're spending the city's
Well, now,
money
when
when
we
it
go,
doesn't
when
have
we
to
go,
be
we
spent.
do a lot of training, and we have enough fun too.
But there are no statutory requirements
No,
for you
but,
like there are for the
you
gas
know,
and water
I
board.
mean, that's just it.
And so why would you want an independent board when in 15 minutes this board can accomplish the same thing with a lot less city resources?
Now have a
We wasting
motion,
our
have a
time,
motion,
don't
have
have
a
to be on
second.
the agenda.
Huh?
So waste our time.
So there wouldn't be on anything on theirs either. You are the
I know, I'm saying
utility
that's
board.
what I'm saying he might be
Give
doing
their
it
job
on
back.
purpose.
Give it
Like,
back to
is
them.
Ripley Power Light not
We don't
doing
want it.
anything up there?
We don't want it.
Like, how do we know they actually know operate what it's supposed to operate?
And if
Just
it's
like
happening,
today, when
That's
they're.
part of the original problem, Mr.
Okay.
Frazier. That was the information that we wanted to get, and we got it, and we were back in a situation where the Power and Light Department and the city could work together. And we were very close there as to what, and that's the reason that, and I guess I never should have put myself in that. It wasn't because I wanted to. It's because I wanted to learn about the power and light operation and the new things we had coming, including the broadband and everything else that Mr. Alderman wants to do.
Mr. Frazier, if it's possible that it's on purpose that substantive matters are not being brought to this board, why would this board even want to consider a charter amendment that gave that department autonomy and the ability to act on its own, do what it wanted to do, not report to this board? Why, if you think there's even a possibility, and knowing that they've refused the city its records, they've refused the city information it wanted, and you think it's possible that that right now, the business of the utility is being intentionally denied to this board, sitting as utility board, why would this board even want to consider a charter amendment? And why would this board even want to consider giving independence back to a board that's going to allow that? I mean, what would be the justification? What is the possible justification?
Put Power and Light back together. Put that board back together, that'd be the
This is the board.
justification to me, that would be it, so that we can go on with something else.
Mr. Thompson
Yeah,
said
I
something,
mean,
you said
enough is
something really
enough,
poignant.
Attorney, enough is enough.
You said something really poignant at one of the earlier board meetings. You said, Mr. Almond is a very bright, intelligent, capable, well-trained, I mean, you went on about his skills, et cetera, as a department head, and you felt like he was being denied recognition in some way. He's being denied recognition no more than any other department head of this city who's doing their job with a level of skill and training and ability and work ethic and the same that he has. Not every one of them answers to this board. Every one of them gets recognition. Fire department, Ms. Alston has been the liaison to that department for years, talks about how wonderful they are. They report to this board. They get no less recognition. They get no less awards. They get no less anything from the state or otherwise than in having to answer to this board. So I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
But the mayor already said that, they have already received everything that they needed from Ripley Power and Light. They have received, now that's his word, they have received everything that they needed.
It took 3 years,
That
Ms.
everything,
Ms.
that he
Alston.
still got it, it's still, he received everything that he should have had. We've gotten everything that we need. So why are we still messing with this board? We have everything that we need. I mean, that's what you said, Mayor.
No,
That's what
ma'am,
you said.
it's
You said that.
exactly what you're saying. We're in a position now that we're ready, when the time comes now, to put an independent board back together. And that's where we are. But people keep bringing up this Section 6, which makes no sense to pull one department out of a group of 6 departments and let them go their own way. And we have proof of that because we had 2 lawsuits about it that were very expensive for both parties, which is one party, which is the city of Ripley. And you're right, we need to move on. We need to be adults about this and move on. It's that simple. Now, where are we on this
Alderman, I
particular?
think Alderman Thompson
Excuse
is
me.
kind of looking.
You're recognized.
Thank you. I probably forgot some of the things that I would like to say at this point, but, you're right, this is overdue to be put behind us. It never should happen as long as it has been going on anyway. And if something is out of the ordinary, as you wanting to point yourself on the board, it can't help but make us feel some of questioning why. you
Well,
have to do that.
if you listen to what I said, sir, the reason I did that is the reason that we were very close to getting this back together. My conversations with Mr. Aldermen. And that's why. And that's why we started with 3. Now, if I did that wrong, fine. We can go, I don't have a problem with going to a 5-person board, and one of them won't be me. I can tell you that. But we do have to do it legally and right.
And that's what we want. We don't want
Okay,
anything
that's
big.
fine.
That's all we want.
Well, that's why he's sitting over here without a board.
But it's,
And I
sir,
just
I'm
wouldn't-
sorry, it's not that simple.
Yes, it is.
You can't disregard the law because he doesn't have a quote board, a liaison to
I'm
me.
not trying to
He-
disregard the law.
It's
Yes,
16
sir.
years and we've always had.
Well,
Okay,
I've
no,
been
sir,
very
no, sir.
lenient with the
Okay,
ability for everybody
okay.
to talk here.
Are we gonna vote?
We know about this, it's not the first time we've been across it.
So,
Nobody wants to move on any more than I do,
mhm.
because I've been on this board too. And this is just a thorn in
You've been
my
on the
side.
trip.
Well, it's a thorn in the city side
The city
because,
side, but the city is the one that sued. And the judge threw it out because it didn't make sense, like it didn't make sense to me. And here we are, still talking about this, but the thing that really, Mayor, I'll be honest with you now, I'm gonna be honest with you in front of everyone. The thing that disturbed me, and part of and I'm sure this board, the majority of this board, is that when we're expecting you to, you tell us something, you tell us you're going, for instance, you want to retain members that were on the board. One, we're expecting that. Then there are other members you're considering. We see that. that's already more than three. And then, if we go ahead and have someone that does not have a board be a part of it too, that's gonna come out to be about 5 members. But then, when you came in and unknowingly, none of us, we're not expecting this, to say it that you had 2 people in mind and yourself, 3 people, is a shock to us to see that and know that. I hate it. It's just, that's the truth.
Well, I'm sorry that became, I truly am.
So
But-
for us to agree on it and come to some resolve, we must, I guess the main thing we need to do is communicate.
Well, I think
So
so.
that we'll
I
be
think-
on the same page.
I did make a comment and probably shouldn't have, that I was considering that. I never made up my mind because it is my responsibility to appoint those members. It's not the board's responsibility, it's mine. And after being in 2 lawsuits and after seeing what's gone on in the past years, there were irregularities there. And they weren't necessarily wasn't forceful, or things that the board did on purpose, but there was just too much there. And I just couldn't, in my conscience, do that. I couldn't put them back, and I told people I just couldn't do it. And it wasn't just the fact that they sued us, but when you look at how the things were done in certain ways, there was no discussion, there were no minutes, it was just appalling. But I had hoped we were past that. Mr. Alderman and I had hoped we're past that, and we weren't. And that's why I just said, fine. I mean, I don't have a problem about how many people are on the board. You know, it's fine, but I just couldn't, and they're all friends of mine, every single one of them. You know, you can say what you will, but this has been a burden on me, not me personally, but my responsibility to appoint members of the board, every board. And I take it very, very, very seriously.
Can we vote? No, we just got a motion, huh? You are. Just- Yeah, so, let me see.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Yep,
Or is it-
motion is set.
Alderman Austin made the motion and Alderman Thompson the second for the,
And is this where's your motion?
this was the
You read it.
5-member.
I read it. Consider establishing a 5-member.
Well, I know that you read more than that,
Yeah,
did you?
yeah.
Okay. But we have to add that under the, subject to
limited
the
by-
charter.
Subject to
Subject to the charter.
section 6 of the charter.
If you ladies got this, something that she said,
No, I wouldn't give it.
here, I'll read it. We have to have,
I make a motion to establish a 5-member.
well, you don't have, is that
That's
your
it.
motion right there?
That's mine right
All
there.
right.
Okay. I make a motion to establish a 5-member independent utility board to supervise and oversee Ripley Power and Light pursuant to the Tennessee Municipal Electric Plant Law of 1935, and for the mayor to appoint 4 qualified individuals and 1 member of this board of mayor and aldermen under provisions of the Tennessee Municipal Electric Plant Law, subject to the consent of the board of mayor and aldermen, to serve on the independent utility board for Ripley Power and Light. The independent utility board shall have all supervisory authorities and responsibilities concerning Ripley Power and Light as set forth in the Tennessee Municipal Electric Plant Law.
Subject to,
And do you agree, Ms. Alston, that it would be subject to its interaction with the charter? Section 6 of the charter.
it has to be consistent. We'll need that. We'll need that paper right there.
What?
To
Well,
go into the minutes.
that's your motion.
What we're considering now is a 5-member board, is that correct? Does that have anything to
Yeah.
do with changing the charter?
Yes, yes,
Right.
Just a
Right.
5-member board?
yes.
He's saying yes.
We don't even know what we're
No,
considering.
this ain't gonna do the charter.
But they would not, No, they would not
No,
go on and be effective until July of next year.
that's what they said.
If you pick a board tonight
December.
or
Well-
later and agree to this, then the board would not be coming on board to next July the 1st.
That's right. That's right.
Why pick one tonight
Exactly.
and let them wait a year?
That's a practical question.
Well,
Well, again, you know-
one reason why is that we've been doing this for 2 years and it's time to stop. Go ahead and do what we need to do. It's time over for this here. We got too much, our kids, we got too many things that we need out here. We don't.
Ms. Alston, the mayor's gonna make those nominations, and
And
again,
we
you
vote
don't
on
know,
it. He makes the number,
Right,
and we
right.
vote. We have
you
to vote
don't even
for
know
it.
who's gonna be available
But we still have to
by,
vote.
by say April of next year, when you start taking up who's interested, who's available, who are, I mean, you don't even know who's gonna be available then if
You can't
you.
appoint
July
somebody.
1 to December.
It's just not fair to a person to appoint them to a board in September that takes effect in July of the next year. It's just, you just can't legitimately do that. And that's my responsibility. That's the mayor, not, it's the person who sits in this chair.
Right.
I'm sorry, but that's it.
We vote on whoever.
For the
we
sake,
want.
let me say this too,
Okay, but-
for the
oh,
sake of the members of the board who were not here when, prior to this last election. So this board, the prior board had been through about 2 years of turmoil with Ripley Power and Light. And it took a lot, but that board made the decision that that board had to be dissolved. Altogether, had to be dissolved. Those members could not go forward and continue serving. It had to be dissolved. And so you're going backwards to appoint members of that prior board. You're putting the problems that existed before back into effect. I mean, you're going backwards.
There was no problem. You know, that was, can we just go ahead on and vote? please?
All right, we have a motion before the body that was read, and it's subject to the charter provision of Section 6 of our charter, correct? And basically what it does is, at the appropriate time, to establish a 5-member independent board, as Ms. Alston read, and it shall have the authorities under the 35, Section 35 portion of the law. And that is the same way it is now as this board serves as a power board, and it will be the same when that 5-member board takes over. And that's the motion as I see it. Is any objection to that?
We might as well just hold off on the point of vote.
There's no point in voting.
The point of vote.
You can withdraw your second.
Yeah, you withdraw,
Mr.
yeah,
Johnson.
and the point of vote. Yeah.
You withdraw your second, then the motion doesn't go forward.
It wasn't mine.
It was mine.
It wasn't mine.
The second was yours. If you withdraw the second, the motion fails
I
because
think-
there's not a second.
Withdraw.
Second is withdrawn. Is there a second? I hear none. Motion fails. We're now at item 18, considering naming 5 board members to the Ripley Power and Light Board. Again, Alderman Alston.
I don't see no reason to do it.
You withdraw?
But I consider naming 5 board members to the Ripley Power and Light Company Board. And we do have that many. We received applications. It was put in the newspaper for anyone that wanted to be on the Ripley Power and Light Board, that they could fill out the applications. And we did receive some applications in. So my motion would be for the board to appoint 5 board members to the Ripley Power and Light.
Without the success of the prior action, this doesn't legally follow. You can't appoint members to a board that doesn't exist.
The board doesn't exist at this stage of the game, so that motion can't move forward. But I will tell you, if I'm the mayor then, I will appoint 5 members. And I I do apologize and you gotta remember, there's the sunshine law that prohibits a lot of discussion between us before the act happens. And I did not discuss that because of that sunshine law, but I think now, let's wind this up by saying, believe it or not, I think we're all on the same page. I think we're all on the same page.
Mayor, I had no problem with 5-member board, but I can't see it now.
Well, it's not
When
gonna
they can't
happen.
serve for another year.
Yeah. It's not gonna happen now, but we're on the same page. We're gonna have a new board. It'll be a 5-member board. It will include one person sitting here as the liaison, like we've done before, but that liaison is charged with the responsibility of, if there's a problem with information getting to this board, to make sure that it happens. Every alderman has that responsibility, and so does the mayor. And so does the mayor. So, with that, I think we've made, believe it or not, made progress. I regret we lost our superintendent during the time there, out of the room, but that's just the way it goes. We have to be, we just have to try to do the right thing. We have to understand.
We're not doing the right thing.
Yes, ma'am, you may ask a question.
So when it gets close to the time, will we advertise it again to get new candidates or?
No, they've changed it too.
No, ma'am, there's no change to it. There's not a procedure to do that, but normally, the one particular problem, when you ask, it all went through the Power and Light company. And I think it ought to be the city that makes those things, and it's fine, I don't have a problem with that. But there will be ample time for somebody and ample,
I think what she's
Notice.
asking is, will there be another publication to see if
Right, because there are
additional people
old
will be
members on this
interested?
Oh,
paper
that-
that you say don't qualify, so it would have to be ran again, right?
oh yeah, it'll be
Okay, that's what I'm
starting
saying.
new, because it's not gonna happen until we can do it legally, which is after July 1st of this next year. And then, believe me, it will be done. It'll be done properly then.
Oh, Lord, you have my papers, guys.
So-
Well, let's make a copy of this, because this is what
Well,
you,
they didn't pass it or nothing, so.
okay, yeah, you should, sorry about that. Okay. Yes, ma'am, excuse me,
I forgot.
okay. Well, I apologize for losing control there a little bit, but I truly do think that we're heading in the right direction. Does anybody have any questions of me?
Oh, I know the question.
Okay.
So it would be one of the 6 and not you as the liaison, just to make that clear.
Statute says it can be any member of the board of mayor.
No.
The mayor can't say that.
Rob just saying based on what he said, that's the question.
If
So that everybody can.
If nominated, I will
says-
decline.
Okay.
It also
Okay.
says it could be a city manager. So who knows if the city will
Yeah.
have a city manager at that point?
Okay.
But it also says that it could be a city manager.
Just for clarity, I would say, okay.
All right, let's take a kumbaya moment, and y'all have a good night, okay? Amen. I love you guys. And thank you for serving, I'm serious.
Push this in, push the button in. Just hit the red button.
Yeah, and then turn it, and then click this on
Click on it.
twice, I think.